Sales Enablement Workshop for Agile CRM. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Really do appreciate it. I'm your host today, and today we're going to do an in-depth look at the sales enablement features in Agile CRM. Thank you so much. You should all be seeing the Agile CRM slide right now. We're the all-in-one CRM, and today we're going to focus on the agenda on the sales enablement part of the platform, with the agenda being why Agile CRM, why sales enablement with Agile CRM. We're going to look at some of the apps, and then we'll do some questions and answers with everybody. So thank you again for taking the time to join us today. This workshop will be very featured on the sales enablement part of the platform. Today, Agile CRM, some of the highlights I want to share with you guys. We have over 7,000 customers worldwide. Thank you guys so much for making us a success. Why are we successful? We're on one CRM. We help automate your sales, the marketing, and service all on one platform. We're affordable, free for 2 users, for example. We're the next generation. We're modern, we're simple, and we're super fast. We're going to cover some of the basics of sales enablement today. For example, your contacts, how we import and export them. Your calendar, including setting up your online calendar. Deals, how your sales team can manage their leads and their deals as they come into the platform. And then we'll cover some of the advanced features, including appointment scheduling, the telephone services, the telephony, the lead scoring. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. And be able to help get everybody some more details as to the inner workings of Agile CRM. We're going to start with the contact management first, and basically the contact management is a 360-degree view of contacts and companies. Everything you need to know about a contact is all on a single page, and that includes the contact info, the communication history, social media profiles, and lead scores. I just clicked on the contacts right here in the upper left-hand toolbar here, and I'm looking at the contacts page here. If I click onto one of the profiles, for example, you'll see some of the contact details I was just mentioning here, the information, including any customized fields we may have. We also have integration with email. For example, you can sync up to 3 email accounts from Gmail, Microsoft, Exchange, or Office 360, basically any IMAP service provider. We also have timelines. You can basically see all the different history you have with your clients, basically graphical timelines that displays the complete history of your contact activities, including any email exchange, websites visit, social updates, and dashboard activities. We also have web analytics, the web stats. Basically, you'll get to know when leads browse your website, where they come from. Let me give you a better example here. Give me one moment of a web lead. But basically, in the web lead, you can see what pages they visited, how often, and how much time they spent on each site. There's also tag-based segmentation. Basically, organize and cross-reference contacts and companies using these tags for professions, locations, specific organization or keywords. You create reports using these tag filters as well. We also have some advanced filters that you can use in the contact section as well. Using the existing filters, you can create custom ones to easily sort through massive list of contacts, choose specific conditions, and save your filters. We made a little user interface change recently. If you see this little drop down here between the contacts and the totals, that's where you'll see the filters here. So you can edit these advanced filters and make changes as well. So I can add a filter here, for example. I can click in my test filter, type in a contact or a company. I'm going to search the contacts, right? I'm going to search the tags, let's say, for CEO. And then it will save this filter, and then when I come into my contacts, I can just choose this filter. Sorry about that. Give me one moment. I can just choose these filters. There's a slight delay on the site when it loads up, so you have to wait for it sometimes. Basically, whatever filter I choose, I can use it here as well. I can also use some custom info as well. So I can create these custom fields according to my needs and store them for later. Basically have more information about our customers customers. Custom fields, for example. One of the things I want to point out is that your sheet, anything that you import, right, your custom fields, it may have different information than what Agile has by default. For example, the info may say additional things like what PC or Mac are they using, what is their favorite color, when is their birthday. You can customize these fields by going to your avatar name here, clicking on admin settings, going to custom fields, and then creating your specific field that you need to help you bring in all your contact information. For example, I added the favorite color, I added the birthdays, specific cooking skills. What is their favorite food? I can use a list, for example. Perhaps they like sushi, they like burgers, they like Chinese, Italian, Indian, and so on and so forth. I could basically make a list and make it searchable. For all of you wondering, we also cover bulk actions as well. You can manage your contacts quickly and efficiently using bulk actions to add, update, edit, email, or export multiple contacts at once. So for example, if I want to tag somebody, right, I can tag this guy here, for example. Make him a musician and add the tag. Or I can bulk tag as well. I can click everybody here next to the left of basic info, check everybody. It will select the first 25. I'll have to click on this link to select all 393. And then I could do the other bulk actions. Perhaps I want to tag everybody. I want to remove a tag. I want to send them to a campaign, just add them to a campaign to send out. You can start a call campaign. If you have Twilio, one of our telephone services, we'll talk more about later, you can send everybody to a call campaign as well. You can also send them an email. I can change the owner. Let's say I want to change the owner to another coworker, definitely can. I can export as a CSV file to my Excel, or I can delete everybody. So we have a lot of great bulk action features as well. So one of the other things we could do, can also import easily, right? So if you want to bring in your contacts, you'll need to create a CSV file, basically a CSV file comes from Excel. You save it, and basically it allows you to import your specific easily. So let's say I have a CSV file. I'm going to just import it. The system will ask you where you up. I'm going to choose the file here, go into my my sheet. Here's my test import. I'm going to upload. And this will take you to the mapping screen. Now remember, we talked about, we briefly touched about this, but Agile CRM, we have some default features that everyone has, even in your Excel sheet. First name, last name, email address, phone number, for example. But you may have some fields that are more dedicated to your specific industry. For example, you may have a birthday, favorite color, are they married, do you have kids, what their dance skills are. And basically, we use that custom field to first create these custom fields first before doing the import. That way, when your content is ready for importing, it'll make the system, it will make it work a lot easier for our platform as well. So for example, you have the first name. Our system can find it because the sheet said first name, last name. Company, email address, I can map it between the work and the personal one. Address, I could pick company address. But you see things like favorite color, because I created a favorite color, it's already here. If it's a PC or a Mac, I already have that here as well. And dance skills and department skills, basically everything is tagged for importing. And then when I click import, just so you know, you can also add additional tags as well. So if I want to add something like musician, for everybody coming in. I could definitely tag it as well. And then when I click import, it'll bring it in. Please note, though, the import will take some time. It's not automatic. It depends on how big your list is. If you have a small list, 1 to 5 users, it will be pretty quick. But a lot of people import by the hundreds, if not by the thousands. We do have a best practice. Please keep the import at about 10,000, we would suggest. You could definitely go a little bit higher, but it will take a lot longer. So if you can keep it 10,000 lower, that will best manage your expectations for the import. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next section today. We're going to move on to the calendar feature. So calendars is all about your events and tasks, right? You can quickly add tasks and events such as phone calls, submission, deadlines, meetings, and you can sync your calendars for references and reminders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a little more detail about the calendar. First of all, we're going to add some events here, and I'm going to show you how to get that synced in with your Google Gmail or your Microsoft Outlook 365. So when you add an event, let's say we have a meeting with Microsoft. I could set my priorities, high, medium, low. I could use I could set my appointment date. Let's say it's Thursday. I'll set a time. Let's say 11:30 to 12:30. And then I could choose what type, which context that will be at this meeting. For example, Linda Gates, right? And then if I have a coworker, I could also just pull up a name here. I could also associate with this particular contact. And then if we have any deals that I may have created, we'll cover the deals more in a few moments. But just in case. Okay. And I could save this deal. This deal will get created in my calendar here, right? And I can also create tasks as well. So tasks are a little bit different. Events are more for, they could be phone calls, they could be meetings, they're more client related. A task could be anything. A task could be follow up with a client. A task could be you're going to give a demo. A task could be something you just have to do, like reboot your computer at 10 o'clock. It doesn't have to be as important as an event, but you can create your tasks here as well. And this is just us looking at some of the tasks on my pending tasks. I'm just going to create a task for today. And it's basically the same thing. Clean my desk. I could do category. Let's just say it's other, right? But you have call, email, stuff like that. I could make a due date. And I could associate with companies and contacts as well. Okay. Now we have a great feature. You got to integrate your calendar with your Google Gmail. So what a lot of you guys already have Google Gmail or Office 360 or perhaps some type of other email system. The system we support for this email function of linking up your calendar is Gmail and Office 365. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable my Office 365 here. I just basically clicked on the avatar, clicked on email, and I'm going to allow this platform to have access with Gmail. And I'll bring in my Gmail. And I can also bring in share settings as well. Okay. Then we can go to widgets here. And you can see that we have other, which I'm just going to cover as much as I can here with this stuff. I'm just giving you guys a brief look. But there's other things you can integrate here as well. So some of you guys are probably wondering, is that where I integrate? No, that's just for your email. This is for data sync, and this is for the online calendar. Okay? Okay. So one of the things you got to do is after you bring in your Google Gmail, you have to sync in the calendar. If you go into data sync here, so we checked emails. It's a 3-step process. Link up your email here. Go to data sync. We're going to start linking up our calendar with Agile CRM. This is the button we're going to press in a moment. But first we're going to go back to our calendar. We're going to get a link, not calendar. We're going to go back to our Agile. We're going to go into the calendar here and get a link. There's an area here that says subscribe to iCal. You have to link up your iCal calendar to Google Gmail. So we're going to copy and paste this link, right? I'm going to go into my Google Calendar. That's right in Google Gmail. Click on Google Gmail, click into the calendar. And you'll see here in this left-hand side, there's another calendar section. I can click add by URL, we're going to add this iCal link in here and add this to the calendar. Now, this has already been pre-added already, but you can see here, it'll start bringing the information I have here. Notice that I have lunch here on my Google Calendar every day, 2 to 3. That will be brought in right away as soon as I integrate the calendar with Agile CRM. Okay. So you see some of my meetings already came in. So if I was to add the Google Calendar, oops, oh, sorry about that. Bear with us about that. Sometimes you do get error messages, unfortunately. Okay. So I'm going to enable the calendar. I'm going to allow Gmail to access it. Okay. I'm going to set my settings. Basically, I just need the primary calendar in here, and you'll start seeing all your Google appointments. However, you may have other calendars in Gmail as well, such as birthdays, holidays in the U.S., you know, your other calendars. I'm just going to hit save here for this one. I'm just going to import the primary for demonstration purposes. One of the neat features Agile also features is that you can periodically sync your contacts in your CRM with Google Contacts. A lot of you guys use Google Contacts for your contacts. You can also preset the conditions here. Do you want to sync only once, daily, weekly, or monthly? Okay. Sorry about the delay here. Let's go back to the calendar quickly. Okay, so if I sync it all properly, all my lunches will be in here as well. This becomes helpful because we have a lot of online scheduling that you can use once you have your calendar synced up. So for example, you can put this scheduling URL right in the system here. So I click this, right, and then you can have your clients log in, click on this link, and book an appointment with you. So you can include that link in your emails, on your website, or as a link to certain parts of the website, and people can schedule appointments with you right through the Agile CRM platform. So basically that link, you can copy and paste that link. You can edit that link as well. I can rename it. I can set my business hours. For example, every day right now is 9 to 6. Just as an example, I change one 9:30 to 6:30. Meeting types, right? I could even set what time slots I want available for a meeting. So for example, if I want a 15-minute call, I can type in, let's talk quickly. I can choose a 30-minute one, let's discuss. And then a 60-minute one, let's discuss in depth. Now if I change my mind and say, hey, I don't want to offer 60 minutes, it's too long, I could just delete this, leave it blank, and it won't show. So I'm just going to save it here. So remember before we have 30 and 60. Once this saves, I'll go back to that link. Just copy and paste it to a different page. And you see now 50 and 30. Okay? I'm sure I'll get a lot of questions about syncing up the calendar during the Q&A, and I'll be happy to help answer those questions at that time. But that's one of the features you can do with the calendar. I figure we covered here because we're in the calendars already. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next section of our sales enablement training. We're going to go into the deals section. Now, deals is a great place for your sales team to manage their leads and their potential deals coming up. We have a great drag and drop sales process. Basically, you can streamline your deals with Agile CRM. We have a signature drag and drop workflow, which allows you to drag deals between milestones for sales process tracking and sales process automation. You can quickly edit details and change assignments. You never miss an opportunity to close. So for example, here you can see some of the deals I have on the screen as an example. I could easily just pick up a deal and move them around to different milestones as I need them to be. So for example, your sales team, you may create a new deal, right? just use Microsoft as an example because everybody picks on them. So we're going to make a deal size, give it a probability, let's say 60% probability, right? We're going to use a milestone as a prospect. We're going to pick a close date, let's say sometime this summer. And we're going to use a deal source. I'm going to choose a referral. I'm going to choose a color to show the, in my mind, red is hot, it's a hot deal, right? So it could be anything. Make these colors whatever you like it to be. And I'm going to add a contact. Let's do Melinda Gates here. We're going to tag it, do Microsoft tag, and we're going to save. You can have other fields that I customize as well. That custom fields we talked about earlier for contacts is the same thing in deals. You can customize the deals as well. Okay. So we just added it. Refresh the page. And then voila, all your different sales here that we just added for Microsoft. I'm just going to pull the new one and the old one over. Just as a quick look. So here's a deal, Microsoft deal, 60% probability, created right here. Now, one of the things about the deals is that you can always add new opportunities. You're going to manage the deals in Agile CRM. You can manage your sales pipeline more efficiently and effectively. Essential info such as the deal value, the owner, probabilities, and close date. We just assigned some of them, but you can customize it here more, right? So you can assign deals to a particular track, use deal milestones to automate sales process. Is available for regular enterprise owners. If you want multiple tracks, you must have a regular enterprise owners. And basically, multiple tracks is your deals. You can move to different tracks or pipelines in Agile CRM. You can create multiple tracks with different milestones for each track. Easily manage your sales pipeline for a variety of features, products, or services. Target new verticals or larger clients, move deals between tracks, and customize the entire sales process. So if I move into the admin settings here, and I click into the deals, I can add a track. So let's say your businesses have a couple of different products that you offer. You have real estate, and then you cover softwares, right? So you can have a real estate track here. And basically, they may have a different process for real estate, but you don't want to confuse the two with your software company. So you create the second track, and then your team members can access this second track. And in the meantime, you may have multiple tracks. You may want to add more tracks. Depends on how many products your company has. Not to confuse you, I have 8 here on the screen, but for demo purpose, let's just say you have software and real estate tracks, and basically added them here. You can add additional tracks as well. In addition, while we're here, you can also have other choices. You can change your loss reasons as well. Change my sources. And you can change our goals. Agile is for sales forecasting, and Agile CRM projects future revenue and close rates based on your sales pipeline activities. You can what sales are going on, what sales are going to look like next week, next month, and next quarter. With the goals section, you're going to use it to help implement your sales forecasting. So, for example, if I have goals here, let's say I want to do 25 contacts, 25 deals with a value of at least $10,000. I can add, I can add it here. Sorry about that. It's showing my lunch is going to start. Sorry about that, guys. And I can also make goals for my co-workers as well. take it easy on him. I'm going to save this goal for the month of June. We're going to look at the dash list later to show you some of the different ways you can forecast the sales. But I'm going to save here for now. I could do the same for July. I could do the same for August, and so on and so forth. Deals, you can also filter the deals. You know, Agile, as you scale, Agile, we scale along with your business. So as your company grows, you use these deal filters to find out exactly what you're looking for with just a click. Find all deals belong to a particular rep, filter by value range, or see only currently active deals, and you can import these deals as CSV files as well. So you can take a look here, for example. I can filter my deals by different tracks. Remember, real estate track we created. I can use the funnel here. I can look at all my deals. I can edit a filter like I did with the contacts, right? I can choose look at just my deals or my coworkers' deals. Okay. And I could change the view as well. I could change it to a list view, which will show everything like a traditional list with all different columns I created for my custom info section. Or I can change the view to the milestone view, and it'll have the graphics and the gamification as well. We also have deal metrics. You can use advanced deal metrics to keep your team on track. You can add deals dashlets to keep your personal Agile dashboard for real-time deal views, including revenue graphs, deal funnels, pending deals, and deals by milestones. Then you click on them to get a full report for advanced analysis. So let's say I return back to the deals page. I'll look in the left-hand corner, click on deals. Agile CRM, we feature a bunch of dashlets, and these dashlets are basically little slices of information that you want to see pertaining to certain information that's relevant for this page. So for example, we offer a selection of dashlets, these little apps that can help you gather more information about these particular deals that you're working on. So for example, I click in the dashlets, I can click into my deal category, and I'll have a bunch of different apps that can help me stay on top of all my different deals. For example, the pending deals app will give you a heads up on all your pending deals. I can see my incoming deals app, which will, the dashboard will see how your deal sources are performing over time. I can look at a deal funnel, right, which is a report of total deals value in each milestone. And basically, I could just choose them and choose which page I want them to display on multiple pages, one page at a time, whatever. And I got total customization. I come to deals, and these dashlets will load up right away. These are my 5 favorite ones. For example, my revenue graph, my incoming deals. So you can do multiple ones as well. Why you can do multiple is because you can change the times. So for example, this one may be this quarter, right? And then this one could be next quarter. So there's no limits as to how you want to display these different dashlets. I can also manipulate them as well. Pick them up, drag them, move them across. So we also have Salesforce automation. Basically, the deal nodes and triggers that make it easy to automate follow-ups to increase deal wins and new customer engagement. You can automatically trigger particular campaigns when a deal is won or lost, or a milestone is changed. You can automatically send documents, texts, and tweets. Automatically assign sales tasks to different team members. This is a little bit more advanced. This covers the marketing section here, just to give you a brief overview about the Salesforce automation. So when you create a deal, and you have deals here, you can also manage them in a campaign as well. So basically, there's different nodes you have that we offer that's also part of the deal process. For example, you can add a deal in Agile related to a particular contact, right? You can change deal milestones, all within your campaigns, your marketing features as well. You can take it one step further. You can even add a trigger. And we have triggers for different parts of the platform, but deals is definitely one of them as well. You can trigger a campaign to happen when a contact's been added to a deal. Let's say added Melinda Gates to a particular deal we just created. When that's done, the system will recognize that trigger. And add it to a campaign. Okay. So from the start of a deal, from beginning of prospect to one Agile CRM, we've got you covered from all categories. The sales process, the custom deals, multiple deal tracks, Salesforce automation through our marketing, sales forecasting through our dashlets, deal filters, and deal metrics, all covered here. You can also have reports. Just one last reminder, sorry about that. You also have different reports you can run as well. So besides the dashlets, you want to see the report specifically on one page here. You can click it here and then make some edits. For example, total deals, total revenues, all owners, specific ranges. Okay. One thing I think I left out here just in case is that a lot of these dashlets, they're printable as well. So some of them will have like a little print icon. You should be able to print, for example, here, this graph, I can print the chart out. I could download a JPEG image, PDF document, whatever I like. So a lot of these dashlets you can also print out for future reference. So let's take a look at some of the advanced features here. We actually talked about one of them. That's the online calendar, how to set it up, how to look at the available times and dates that you have to book these appointments and collecting info. But let's talk about the telephone or widget, for example. So earlier when we first started the contacts, right, we talked about starting a call campaign. And some of the apps like Twilio will let you make a call campaign right here. It's as easy as setting up or clicking on a few names and then click a start call campaign. And with our telephony services, you can make and receive calls, outbound calls such as call clients from the CRM dashboard with a single click. And, you know, virtual dial pad will pop up. It helps you navigate your extensions. For example, here I'm looking at a contact. If I just touch it, I can click on Twilio and it'll make a call. I can add that as well. Okay. So a couple of things I could do is receive inbound calls from my contacts without ever having to leave Agile. View core details and customer histories before, during, after calls. You see, if I made the call here, it gets recorded from outgoing and incoming. And I can also leave call notes and archives. I can add notes manually in addition to automated call details to help you sort archive calls and keep track of past conversations. So for example, in this contact, I can add a note for Mr. Hines here. Leave a note like, and then hit save if I want to save it. Okay, so we've got call recording and playbacks, right? We have call logs, we have call reportings as well. So let me go back to reports page real quick. Call reporting, right? So example, you can see regular email reports on your user calls to help manage agent performance and stamp sales pipeline. Reports can help you on the call. So for example, my calls here in the report, and I can get different reports on my calls. Calls by user, average call duration, call logs, call outcomes. And setting up the telephony services is as easy as going into your avatar name, upper right-hand corner, click on Preferences, go to Widgets, click on the telephony category, and I could pick between Twilio, SIP, CallScript, Bria, and Skype. Just a quick note, Bria and Skype are in beta right now. If you want full featured service that's fully that's workable in Agile CRM, Twilio is the main one that we use. However, you can also pick from SIP, CallScript as well. They just won't have as much feature as because what phone servers, you can do the call scripts, you could do your voicemail automation, you could do the automated task, phone forwarding, for example, right? You also customize greetings and contact call history. All depends on which one you're using. Okay, let's go back and cover some scoring. You qualify leads. Score is an interesting feature because, for example, when you look at, there's the score here, and a lot of you guys look at it and you're saying to yourself, well, Patrick, why do I even need a score, right? Well, basically, the higher the score means the better quality your contact is. So, for example, one of our gamified Let's say you opened your email. I'm just going to put a fake wait time of 5 days. But let's say you send a campaign out, and then they say, hey, they opened it. What do you want to do? Well, I want to give them a score. I want to add a score of 5. And that way I can see which of my leads are more active with my company. So for example, if they're reading my newsletters, right? If they're creating a task, if they're doing other things that are, having deals, but you can basically use this part to get the better lead. The higher the score, the more better the contact probably is. So for example, if I know one guy here has very little score, like a 0, right? You can see it from the contacts page as well. We actually have a lead score section here. But, if you see someone with a higher score, you know that they're better leads as well. You keep track on top of your contacts. And gamification game offer isn't just a trend, right? It's a proven road to results. And using Agile's gamification features to amp up your competition among your sales force with side-by-side comparison of sales rep performance, deal calls, revenues, and more. Our customers find that competition also encourages sales teams to take advantage of Agile CRM's complete features for sales enablement. So we take a look at some of the gamification features here, right? So it's not just about scoring, but you can also take a look and see how your coworkers are doing against each other. So for example, if you do reports, I'm sorry about that, wrong one. Growth tracks, here we go. Okay, activities, right? You can take a look at user activity. One can look at. Let me see if I can find one real quick to highlight this feature. You know what? Let me see. I think I have some of the contacts here. Give me one moment and return to the dashlet. Actually, I'll probably give you a great example here. So in the dashlet, you have different apps that can help you with this gamification feature, right? You can take a look to see how your coworkers are doing with each other. Look at the calls. You see here in that picture example, there's 3 guys, your coworkers. You can see who's doing more answer calls, busy calls, right? I have to use an example, unfortunately, because my demo account doesn't have as much. Goes to the leaderboard. I can look at my team, see who won more revenue, who's done more tasks, and things like that. Who's basically the leader? You see an example on the right-hand side of this task. Okay, and so basically, I customize the leaderboards. I can quickly see how each sales rep is performing with leaderboard stats, update in real time. Basically, it's a great way to keep the competition going, right? And then we got the reports that I tried to show you, but unfortunately, it's not really set up for it, so I could just briefly touch upon it. But you can basically track the results, right? You can easily set up custom email reports with how the sales rep performance or keeps tab on a top deal track. So if you're looking for daily or weekly reports on your account, click Agile CRM, and your email inbox could become your personal gamification assistant. So I could do my reports via email here. I could do a contact report. I can do an activity report. And hold on one second so I get a better plan here. Sort of better. These are demos, unfortunately. Okay, so let's take a look at lead prospecting. Basically, you want to extract contact details, right? We have a contact clipper, which makes lead capture as easy as point and click. You can automatically add contact deal to your CRM from popular websites like LinkedIn and Facebook pages using a fetch button in the Agile Chrome extension. Plus, you can add new contacts and fill in relevant details while browsing the web or using the email. Here on the upper right-hand corner is that we have a Agile. So once you install it, you can install it here in your dashboard. Click on the cloud. It's basically available for every account from free to enterprise, right? And you can go here. There's a little extension icon right. Installed it. Sorry about that, but If I didn't install, that's where you'll see it. It's in the dashboard. Basically, I click on here, right, and I can look up notification, my tasks, basically anything I may have set up to meet with somebody, you know, or thing I have to do. I can add a new contact. I can add a new task. I can add a new deal. I can search. More importantly, I can fetch. So profile here on LinkedIn. I'm looking at the senior VP at the RCA Miami, one of the biggest associations here. And that's actually the biggest association here in the U.S. And I just go, hey, you know, I'm in real estate. This is a pretty good deal. I want to fetch this guy. And I could click on the Agile CRM extension. I click fetch and come on. So basically I could bring him in. I could get real-time notifications directly in the browser. I can customize the notifications, right? So let's say I email this guy, right? I can add this contact and I can email. I can search my contacts. But let's say email him. You'll get notifications here that, you know, hey, he wrote you back, and you can follow with him as well. So you can add leads. You can add tasks and deals, right? Adding lead, tasks, and deals to the CRM is a great way to streamline the process with this plugin. When you add details and set the priority levels, the instant a new lead, task, or deal is on your mind, you can basically prioritize it right here. So for example, I create a task. I want to make a new one. For example, call Paul for a greeting. I can choose the category. Let's say a due date. Call him on Friday. I can back and do the task later. So just like all the other features in Agile CRM, when you send out add range of email templates, you can save new emails as templates for future use. This Google Chrome extension will let you use these templates. I'm just going to go to the templates page quickly here, just so you guys know what I'm talking about, just in case. And you can easily track any email sent while using the extension. It's that easy. Well, first, the email template, just want to let you know that in the Google Chrome, you could use them, but you got to create them first. If you click on your avatar, your preferences, and then email templates, you can create a new template here. You can choose any type of out templates you want. You can customize it. You can bring your own code, or you can customize as well. So, for example, I want to choose this one. I can update the information here and basically get going. I can upload my logo, my text. I can even customize this email, bring in multiple columns. Okay. Bring in my social links. Basically, I can save this email template and use it in the Google Chrome extension when I send out emails as well. And then you can see it all come together because you can create the reports. For example, I could do an email report. You get those periodic emails for list of new leads, conversions, or as your custom criteria of Agile CRM is reported in. So basically, I use these reports. I can use growth reports, right? Basically, visually see how your leads are growing over time. Let's do a CO tag. Well, I should pick a tag that has more growth, but I could definitely customize this here and by different dates as well. So basically, I could do some deep analysis, like the funnel analysis, right? It's a pretty great app. We just talked about it briefly, but you can do funnel analysis. You can see a funnel graph of how leads are passing through various stages of the platform and in your sales cycle. Did I add it? I'm sorry, did I add the funnel for this demo? Let me just add it here real quick. I'll go to Dashlet. If I want to see a funnel of all the deals I'm having, go to Deals. I can click on the deal funnel, click Add it to my Deals page. Go back to the deals. My funnel will be here. I can edit my funnel. could do count or revenue. So, for example, this is my count for all the new different deal stages I have in the past, in the time here in the system. I can also go back to revenue as well. Okay. Now, I briefly touched about our plugins and widgets earlier, but let's go back to it for a second. You guys all know about Gmail, right? That's not really a plugin, but it's integrated with our platform. That's how you get the emails here. We'll remove it for now because the demo is almost over. But we have other things you can integrate with. For example, in the widgets section. So you click on your avatar name, go to preferences, you take a look at the widgets here. So we have the telephone services, Twilio, SIP, CallScript, Bria, Skype that we're working with. Something's a beta. Please keep that in mind. You can integrate with Zendesk, ClickDesk, User Voice, Help Scott. For billing, we offer widgets such as QuickBooks, FreshBooks, Braintree, Stripe, Xero, a lot of the popular billing widgets out there. It includes Facebook, Twitter, Google+, e-commerce such as Shopify, custom as well. You can also sync data as well. You have the Google, of course, we did this earlier. I'm just going to disable it now that the demo is coming to an end. I may as well use that to show you how to disable things, right? Some of you guys are adding them, then you want to disable them later. That's how you do it. Look at e-commerce. I could data sync with Office 365 as well, payments, and accounting. We add new integrations all the time. You can take a look here. And one thing I can't emphasize enough is to take advantage of the Google Chrome extension. This extension is great. Don't forget the fetch feature. All you salespeople out there watching this, right? You can fetch any lead from Facebook or LinkedIn. The information comes right into Agile CRM. This is a newly integrated feature. It's hot right now. People love it because you can get the leads easily into the contacts. You can set up a priority task for them, set up your workflows, send the emails right away. So please, there's one app you should learn, take away from today is to install the Google Chrome extension. Some guys are wondering, well, how do I do that again? Go back to the home page here, the dashboard, and you won't see it on my screen because I already installed it, but if you don't have it, you'll see a little icon here in the upper right-hand corner. Click on it. You can take it from the Google Play Store, and that's the Google Chrome extension. Feel free to implement that as soon as you like. Hopefully, you guys can help generate more leads that way. And basically, that's it. I think I did pretty good time, a little over. There's a lot to cover today, so I want to thank all you guys for joining.